The Andy Lau reference, I'm not sure why people say that. I think people say that because my first film, I had a cop uniform on and I kind of looked like him in that Wong Kar-wai movie, right? And other than that, we have completely different career paths and completely different choices in life, right? He's an overall entertainer. He sings, he dances, he acts. He's a triple threat. I'm not a triple threat. I'm just an actor, and he's kind of like dominating Asian entertainment. I'm not really. I don't have those goals. I just want to do good movies, you know. So maybe that first movie, if you could say that. But I think for me, the major probably breakthrough was Purple Storm, and that it was the first time I'd led a large budget action film before. And that was really early on in my career, and someone, for a producer and director to give me that responsibility was a huge one, you know, and really grateful for that because that really kind of made my career afterwards. But I would say what I was most satisfied with as a film was probably One Night in Bangkok, because it was the kind of film that I like, darker story than normal, and not your typical action film. You know, it's not just an action story. It actually had developed characters and a developed story that was more about story and character than anything else. I trained with Eric Chan in Huntington Beach at his wushu school down there. When I was in college, I was doing a summer program in LA at SciArc, Southern California Institute of Architecture. And so to get my wushu fix, I had to drive down to Huntington Beach every 2 nights and practice with him. So I trained down there. It was great to train in his facility because it's really top-end wushu facility. There were, at that time, you know, most wushu schools took place in, like, you know, the one I was training at in Berkeley was an old church, you know, or an old high school gym on hardwood floors. But Eric Chen had a giant warehouse with real wushu carpets and all that stuff. And it was just like when we were training in Beijing. So it was great place to do it. I haven't done a real wushu movie per se. I was trying to avoid that early on in my career because I didn't want to be pigeonholed as just an action actor. And I'm kind of glad I didn't do that, because then I probably would have been stuck in that role. I maybe would have made it to America quicker, but I like all kinds of movies, and I don't like to be categorized as just one thing. But wushu will always be a part of my life. I still train. I practice boxing, Thai boxing right now. I don't do the aerials as much anymore because the age thing, my height is not really built for wushu, so it's hard on the joints. I already blew out my knee once and broke my ankle, so it's not something I really want to be doing anymore. But I still train Thai boxing a lot. So when I'm in Hong Kong 4 to 5 days a week. I was in 2004, 2005, I took a break from acting for a while and went up to Shanghai to train with the Shanghai Wushu team. So I was training there for like 6 weeks, and on my last day I was pushing myself really, really hard, and tore my ACL in my right knee. So tore through it completely. Took a year before I could get surgery because I didn't have time. I was working on movies at the time, so I waited a year and had surgery. And so ever since then, you kind of have this kind of psychological crutch because you're not the same as before, and you realize you're older, you're not invincible anymore. Actually, yeah. When Russell was doing Vanishing Sun, he was training at Eric Chen's Wushu Center down there. So I think I worked out with him and was giving him tips because he's tall as well, right? So tall guys have it hard in Wushu. It's not as easy as shorter guys. So I was just giving him some pointers on how to do stuff as a tall person. Probably my directorial debut, which was Heavenly Kings, because if you say anything that represents me is that film, because all the ideas came from me. I wrote the script, I produced it, I directed it, I acted in it. So all the themes in there really were ideas that I've been thinking about for a long time. And the style of it is consistent with my upbringing and the creative background that I have, which is like from skateboard punk rock culture and kind of a DIY attitude. Because we did the movie completely out of the studio system. We filmed it on DV cameras, edited ourselves, did everything ourselves. I did the music with Jun Sung and all these people. And so probably that project represents me best. I wouldn't say it's this great vision, but it was a way of expressing myself. I don't know. I think that I'm game for whatever. You know, like you said, I'm not so concerned about what my image is. Like my first film, I play a gay character, which probably not many actors in Hong Kong would be willing to do. And because I started off that way, I don't feel like I have any kind of desire to try and keep some kind of clean image or something like that, you know. So it's really about the role, and I think directors see that I have that dedication to the role and not to my image or not to the brand of Daniel Wu. You know, that stuff is not important to me. In this day and age, though, a lot of people do that. They create a brand name and they sell that really well, and I don't really play into that game so much. So I think directors appreciate that I'm not about any kind of thing outside of acting. Because, you know, I like all kinds of movies. I like everything from, you know, something like Juno to Avatar, you know, and that's a wide range of movies. And I enjoy being in all kinds. And because I started in independent film, I feel affinity to that, and I feel like independent films allow you to explore different ideas and different kind of film language and different kind of acting that you don't normally get a chance to do in large commercial films, you know. And also deeper character exploration, you know, like the film I did, Like a Dream. I would never have been able to do that in a commercial film. And yes, it may not have done well in the box office, but it was a tremendous learning experience for me as an actor, and also being producer on it as well. I've mostly only done film. I've done one theater piece, which was a Chinese new interpretation of The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. Interesting experience for me because I'd never acted for a live audience before, and it was fun, but it's not something that I would like to focus my career on, per se. I'm a film actor, and I quite enjoy the intimacy of working on a project with a director in an intimate environment. I kind of have a fear of kind of crowds, so being a theater actor doesn't really work so well when you have that fear. But I enjoy acting enough that I keep doing it with film, and that's my main focus.
Every day, the same. Wake up, starts all over. Would things be different? A better day? Ever? Here to there, everywhere and back.